Hey there YouTube, Skills in here, and this is a different Hearthstone video of sorts, as in many years ago I played the World of Warcraft TCG and I love that game so much. I've still got a lot of my old cards and I started looking through some of them and obviously noticing a lot of similarities, artwork, even like card names compared to Hearthstone. So I'm going to go through a 10 or 11 of these now, and then if you enjoyed this, please let me know. Got plenty more cards to go through and plenty more things to talk about. So we're going to jump into this, and obviously you can see a vast difference. If you've never played the WoW TCG before, WoW TCG always starts off with a different hero of your class, and you were Horde or Alliance from World of Warcraft. So obviously we have Ascidian the Untouchable, which was the Horde Paladin hero. She had 29 health. It wasn't always 30 health. It was just different amounts of health all the time. And then all the heroes had a flip effect, so you paid mana to flip the hero over, then it didn't affect. This one you chose Fire, Frost, Nature, or Shadow, and then they came resistant to that damage for that turn. So you could always do this at like instant speed. If they're gonna, every spell did like a certain amount of certain type of damage, so fire, frost, and shadow, so you'd be just resistant to that for the turn. And obviously the same artwork is used on the Sun Fury Protector, very popular in the original hand lock builds, given adjacent minions taunt. So we're gonna go through some cards that obviously you'll all recognize playing Hearthstone, and if you played the WoW TCG, let me know in the comment section below. And so next one is Magni Bronzebeard, and then King Magni Bronzebeard from the WoW TCG. So Magni Bronzebeard, obviously the hero from Hearthstone with the hero power, gains 2 armor, 30 health, we all know. So King Magni Bronzebeard was a 9 mana 6/8. At the end of each turn, put an Alliance Dwarf minion into play, which was a 1/1, and then dwarfs in your party had Protector. So Protector is taunt was in this game, and obviously there was the Alliance and Horde decks. It was a very different way of building decks towards to Hearthstone. So up next we have Dread Infernal and Infernal. So obviously exactly the same, just a bit of a broader artwork on the WoW TCG one, but some quite big differences. So obviously we all know Dread Infernal's Battle Cry, deal 1 damage to each other character. Then you have Infernal, which is 6 mana 6/6. At the end of your turn, target opponent gains control of this minion unless you discard a card, which is a stupid, vast effect when it's only a 6 mana 6/6. And then at the end of your turn, at the end of each turn, Infernal deals 1 fire damage to each opposing hero and ally, so it didn't damage you, but it was the ability that you had to keep discarding cards to, it was just not worth the hassle for that guy. So up next we have Cleave. Cleave is obviously the warrior card in Hearthstone, which is the deal 2 damage to random enemy minions. Cleave in the WoW TCG was a 4 mana which dealt X damage. So in the WoW TCG you could have mana just like Magic. You could have as much mana as you want. You have to play a resource every single turn. So obviously in Hearthstone it's just a 10 mana. So you deal X melee damage to up to 2 targets, which is X plus 1 the attack of your melee weapon. So the weapon you had was 3 attack, you paid 4, you deal that much damage, and that was that. Up next we have Timberwolf and we have Fang. These are quite different, but again, same class. So Timberwolf, the 1 mana 1/1, you basically get plus 1 attack. But Fang was the hunter pet. You could only have 1 pet in the WoW TCG, so you couldn't just spam beasts like you do in Hearthstone. It had Protector, so Protector is taunt again. And then allies you control had Assault 1. And what Assault meant is when they attacked, they gained plus 1 attack. And it was a 2 mana 2/4. So I don't know how this would be like relevant in Hearthstone if they ever did, nerf Timberwolf. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But making it a 2 mana 2/4 taunter that just when minions attacked, they gained 1. It was an interesting thing. Obviously, it was a very different game, and that was just a relevant picture to show. So up next we have a few cards that are just going to be showing the picture and be completely different effects. So first we have Holy Light for Paladin, which obviously restores 6 health for 2 mana. But the same picture in the WoW TCG was Father Gustav, which was a 3 mana 1/5 minion with the Argent Crusader retribution. So it could only be in the Argent Crusade decks. And it was you paid 1 less for unique allies to a minimum of 1. So all of them were unique allies. You could only control 1 copy of them, but you could keep playing more minions for cheaper. Up next, we have same kind of thing. We have the Ancient Mage from Hearthstone, then the Belt of the Archmage in the WoW TCG. So Battlecry giving adjacent minion spell power +1. And then in the WoW TCG was a 5 mana armor. So unlike the warrior class in Hearthstone, where you just gains the hero power to get armor, every class could have armor, but obviously if it was cloth, it'd be weaker. So it's only offered you 1 armor for attacks, but when Belt of the Archmage enters play, you reveal the top 3 cards, and then you put revealed ability cards into your hands, obviously abilities being spells. And this could be used by Mage, Warlock, and Priest, obviously the cloth wearers in World of Warcraft. Up next, same kind of thing again, we have Ancient of War and Life of the Land. So Ancient of War, obviously the choose 1 +5/+5 and taunt. But the ongoing effect of Life of the Land was you could have abilities obviously on the field, like for a good amount of turns obviously, but this was a pretty bad card. You tapped it and then destroyed one of your resources and you healed 5 from a target hero or ally. So again, you had a lot more mana than 10, but this would be just the equivalent of destroying a mana crystal and healing 5 or something. It would not see play in Hearthstone. I don't remember ever seeing play in the WoW TCG, but it was just something, again, nice to see a bit more broader artwork of the Ancient of War. Up next, we have Avenge. Avenge obviously got its artwork from Crusader, Commander, and Tri. So it is Argent Crusader, unique, and this obviously goes across like the unique kind of path. It's a 6 mana 4/4. At the end of each of your turns, this ally deals 1 unpreventable damage to a target opposing hero or ally for each unique ally you control. So obviously you use Gustav to make everything cheaper, then you play them and you still a load of damage. But obviously Avenge in Hearthstone was used for the Secret Paladin combo, and just to give Paladin a bit of early game buffs with their 1/1s to give something +3/+2. This is just a card that obviously shares the same artwork as well. Similarities again here in the 3 mana 2/2 Collar Oracle, the very well known card in Hearthstone for the Mill Rogue decks and maybe some Murloc decks. Battlecry, each player draws 2 cards. But the artwork for the WoW TCG was Rah Rah Rah, which was Murloc allies you control get +1 attack and Frosty this turn. Frosty was charge, and I just can't get out of my head how broken this would be in Hearthstone if there was just a card that gave Murlocs +1 and charge this turn, because you could just throw your hand down, play this, and just kill your opponent. And that's what you did in the WoW TCG. It was a very minion-based heavy deck, and you just spammed out and just killed them in 1 turn. And then last, but obviously no means least, is Dr. Boom, one of the most iconic cards in Hearthstone, and obviously the artwork on this looking extremely different in the WoW TCG, but obviously the similarities are the boom bots there. Now, with the mana in the WoW TCG, you had quests, and quests would stay face up until you complete them. You pay mana, you turn the card over, then you got the reward. So you reveal the top card of your deck, and then you put damage counter equal to the cost on your hero, and then you drew that card. Obviously, in Hearthstone, you got the very iconic, as I said, 4 mana 7/7. God, 7 mana 7/7, summoning the 2 boom bots. But I think this is just a nice collection of cards that obviously share the same name, same effect, same artwork, and I think it's just nice to see what they did in the WoW TCG compared to Hearthstone. That is going to be it for this video, guys. If you have enjoyed this, please let me know, because I will do more of these, and I've got a lot more cards to go through, so please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.